Hi guys, it's Steve from Poolworks again. In today's training video, we're going to show you how to enter in a client into your NetSuite. So to start off with, we go to our lists, our relationships, over to clients, and we click on new. This will bring us up to the client form. So here we need to select what type of client it's going to be. Is it a company or an individual? In this case, we're going to do an individual, so we're going to type in the prefix. This is not mandatory, it's optional, but our first name and our last name will be obviously mandatory. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. So we just need the first and last name. Our status is already closed in one, so we leave that there. We do take off the sales rep unless you want to have a defaulted sales rep for that client. Our category is important. This tells us whether it's body corporate, hospitality, insurance, real estate, and so forth. Or in this case, we're going to use a residential client. You can put other comments here in relation to your client, but we'll leave that blank for now. If we come down to our email, phone, and address fields, we just need to enter in a valid email address. And this is good to have for all your clients. So definitely wise to have that. If they don't have an email address, just explain to them the benefits they have for it, and I'll show you one of those in a moment. But you know, if you needed to give them a hand to set up one, by all means do that as well. Give them a hand for that. So we just need an email address and also obviously a contact number. So this can be a mobile number here. You can put in their home phone number, any alternative phone numbers, and email address for payment notification from the client. You would enter in your subsidiary or your franchise email, that when customers do pay their accounts, that those notification emails will come through to you. So let's put that one in there. Just we'll use Jim Boomba as an example. So subsidiary, which is our franchise, that comes up as a default, and as well does the marketing territory. If you have more than one retail store, you can select your client to go to a preferred store. So depending on which one they prefer to go to, you can choose which one. Okay. Now to enter in their address, you come down to your sub toolbar here, and we click on the address tab. You can see their default shipping, default billing address, and our residential address. And to enter that in, on the right hand side, we click on the edit pen. This will bring up another little text box here. You can see the country is defaulted, the addressee has defaulted, our client's name. You can change that, or you can put an attention to up there. And in here we'll put our address details in here. So I'm just going to enter in an example address there, and I'll put in the suburb or the city. And then our state and zip code will come in here. You can see over on the right hand side here, this is where the address details, this is how they'll show up for the client record. And once you've got those details in, click OK. Don't forget to press add down the bottom, and that address has been saved in there. So if this client was a landlord, you could have this as their residential address if they have a pool. You could also add more addresses if they self-manage their own properties. With your real estate companies or commercial clients, what you can also do is in this one, you can have their business address here. You could have the default billing, but untick your default shipping. Save that, and then add the properties that they manage underneath. So you just have the one client record, but multiple addresses in that client's record. But in this case, residential will have both of them as defaulted. Now, one of the benefits of a customer, if they've got an email address, is we can actually set them up with a NetSuite account of their own. So that account will be able to they'll be able to access and provide them with details of their account. So invoices owing, payments made, history, services that are upcoming, and a whole lot of other things. So I'll go through and show that to you just after I've saved this. But to give them access to that, we go to our System Information tab, and we click Give Access. Their role is the customer center, so this will only give them permission to see their account, their client account, nobody else's. So if you're on the phone to them or if they're there in front of you, you can ask them to select their own password. Otherwise, you can set up a default password because they will be able to change their password on their account. So in this case, I'm just going to set them up with a generic PoolWorks01 with a capital P. You can see there the password criteria. Once you've met that, those green ticks will appear. So once you've entered all that in, we can just click on Save. And you'll see here, we've got our client details. That's our internal client number. And the client's account is ready to transact against. So just before how I said we have the customer or the client account that they can log into themselves. If we go back into the custom here, I'll go into Edit. I'll come back down to the Custom tab. Oops, sorry, the System Information tab. My bad. Okay, I'll come across to the Access. You can see here that is there. Just going to check where. I think I have to access through the actual client record. So I'll come across to System Information, over to Access. Here we go. So for you to show the client what their access will look like, once the client record's saved, just come back into System Information. You can see their preview, log in as client, and this shows you their account homepage. So the client can set preferences. So if we click on that, they can change their language, their time zone, number formats. We can go down to compensate for large fonts. Printing, they can select that, use all their printing from HTML, and they can also have their electronic bank payments there. If I just save that, you can see here the home links. Make a payment, print a statement, see their accounts receivable register, all their transactions. They can enter an order, so they can come into their account, order some products and come and pick them up from you. They can see orders, estimates, they can request a return, see their requests, see the items that they've ordered, and there's also contact support, see their support cases and edit their profile. Down here you can see the quick view. They have their outstanding balance, outstanding orders, cases, and any open quotes or estimates that they have. They can do a transaction search as well, and that can be modified, that we may put some extra things in a dashboard for them, but as you can see, this is all there for them. So the really important ones is when you send out invoices to them, they can make payments from their account. So if I went into make payment, and this is really good, that if a client doesn't want to give you their credit card information, they can store their own credit card information here, and that will be encrypted, and not even yourselves will be able to see what that credit card number is. So if they're worried about security and not confident in giving you the credit card details, give them an account that they can log into and they can enter their details into here. All safe, all secure, and there'll be no security issues with that. Okay. So again, this is all the details there, and it's a great tool for customers that really like to take control of their accounts, of their payments, and their communications and dealings with yourselves. So there we have it, guys. It's quite simple, quite quick and easy, and especially with the client accounts that you can set up, very beneficial for customer service, and really moving forward in client interaction and their own control with their accounts. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again on the next video.